On the afternoon of November 24, 1971, a man identifying himself as Dan Cooper boarded a Northwest Orient Airlines Flight 305 from Portland to Seattle. He was an unassuming passenger, wearing a business suit and a black tie. During the short flight, he calmly handed a note to a flight attendant. Thinking it was just a flirtatious gesture, she slipped it into her pocket. Cooper leaned in and said, "Miss, you'd better look at that note. I have a bomb." The note contained a simple yet audacious demand: $200,000 in unmarked, non-sequential $20 bills and 4 parachutes. The flight attendant discreetly informed the cockpit, and the crew, in coordination with the FBE, prepared to meet Cooper's demands upon landing in Seattle. The passengers were kept completely unaware of the unfolding drama. The plane landed at Seattle-Tacoma International Airport. Following Cooper's precise instructions, the plane was taxied to a secluded, well-lit area on the tarmac. The FBI delivered the money and the parachutes. In a stunning display of calmness and control, Cooper allowed the passengers to deplane in exchange for the ransom and parachutes. He then instructed the crew to refuel the aircraft and prepare for another takeoff. With a skeleton crew consisting of a pilot, co-pilot, flight attendant, and flight engineer, the plane took off again, this time headed for Mexico City. Cooper gave specific instructions for the flight path: fly below 10,000 feet with the landing gear down and the wing flaps at 15 degrees. His meticulous attention to detail left the crew and the authorities stunned. Sometime after 8 p.m., over the dense, forested terrain of southwestern Washington, the aircraft's tail cone door was opened. At approximately 8:13 p.m., with the wind buffeting the fuselage, D.B. Cooper leapt into the night, vanishing into the cold, rainy darkness with a briefcase full of money. He left behind his black tie, his tie clip, and a few cigarette butts. The flight crew, under strict orders from Cooper, did not look back. Massive search efforts were immediately launched by the FBI, involving hundreds of agents, helicopters, and ground searches of the area where Cooper was believed to have landed. The search was hampered by the rugged, mountainous terrain and the harsh weather conditions. Nothing was found. No body, no parachute, no briefcase, no sign of Cooper. He had simply disappeared. The case became a pop culture phenomenon, with countless books, songs, and movies dedicated to the mystery. The FBI pursued leads for decades, investigating hundreds of suspects. Many were ruled out, but a few gained serious consideration, including Richard McCoy Jr., a Vietnam veteran and paratrooper who committed a similar skyjacking a few months after Cooper's. Then, in February 1980, a boy named Brian Ingram was vacationing with his family near the Columbia River, close to where Cooper was thought to have jumped. While raking the riverbank, he found a decaying packet of money. The bills were in remarkably good condition and were quickly identified by their serial numbers as a portion of the ransom money given to D.B. Cooper. This discovery reignited interest in the case, but also deepened the mystery. The money's location, far from the original jump zone, introduced new theories about where Cooper landed or what might have happened to the money. Was the money dropped by Cooper or washed downriver? Despite the passage of time and the discovery of the money, D.B. Cooper's identity remains one of the greatest riddles in American criminal history. The FBI officially suspended its active investigation in 2016, citing a lack of viable leads. The case remains open, however, and the files are still available for review. So, who was D.B. Cooper? Was he a seasoned criminal, a disgruntled airline employee, or just a desperate man who saw an opportunity? Did he survive the jump, or did he perish in the rugged wilderness? The legend of the polite hijacker who disappeared into thin air continues to fascinate and baffle, a reminder that some of the most compelling mysteries may never be solved.